Have you ever tried making your own masks? If not, you need to try it because you need to experience the joy and the fun that comes from making masks. And to do that, you need to try using Activa's Rigid Wrap. Sally, why don't you tell us about this wonderful product?
Kate, Rigid Wrap is a plaster impregnated cloth that conforms to any shape when it is dipped in water. It collapses like a wet dish rag. And it is uniform rolls 4 inches wide by 180 inches long. That is 5 yards. So there's enough in this package to make 2 masks.
And it's a naturally safe product?
Yes, it is totally non-toxic, AP approved. And there is a header card with each roll of Rigid Wrap, which contains a project sheet. And this is our project sheet on how to make a mask using Rigid Wrap.
And the best way to do that is to actually make one. So we'd like to welcome our special guest, Joyce Bennett, who's going to be the mannequin for our mask today.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, Joyce. And we shall go ahead with our mask making. The first step, you want to make an X across the bridge of the nose. And while I'm getting the Rigid Wrap ready, Kate is applying a little light coating of petroleum jelly. You want to do it heavier around the eyelashes, the eyebrows, and the hairline. Rigid Wrap sets up in 3 minutes. So by the time you finish this, to make a complete mask, you should use 6 layers of Rigid Wrap. So it literally is falling off your face by the time that you have completed a full mask. How are we doing?
I think we're
wonderful. Now, we're going to do this, and you want to start with an X across the bridge of the nose because this secures your mask. It gives it the needed support, especially if you plan to wear it. And we're just... After we get this done, then we're going to methodically outline the contours of the face. And you want to go around the nostril and the eye and mouth area. You don't come in really tight with the Rigid Wrap. You want to leave it rather wide open because once the mask is off the face, you can go back and reinforce those areas. Now we'll start across the forehead. And as you go, smooth. You see there are little holes in this. This is a gauze-like material. So as you're putting it on, you want to spread that activated plaster. And this is what causes it to set up.
So you're actually closing those
You're
holes.
closing the holes because you want a nice, smooth mask.
Okay. Joyce, this isn't your first experience with mask making, is it?
No, that's right. I've made several masks of my own. It's lots of fun.
It's almost ready instantly as soon as you put it in the water.
Yes, you see how I said it just relaxes just like a wet dish rag. Now we're going to bring it down right there. See, Joyce still has plenty of room for breathing.
That's good.
Yes. Now, let's go down the contours of the side of the face.
And while we're doing that, perhaps we can talk just a little bit about the number of layers. You said it takes about 6?
It takes 6 layers, and it really takes about 15 minutes to complete the process. And you know, this is fun to do with a child, and they can sit on the stool and hold a hand mirror and watch what you're doing, and they have great fun making a mask on each other.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then it's wonderful to have them, you know, paint someone they would like to be or the way that they perceive themselves. Actually, Rigid Wrap is used a lot in adolescent therapy by art therapists.
Is that right? Now, these masks can be used, obviously, for Halloween. We have some great examples of little animal masks that children could wear for Halloween, but that's not the only time you wear masks,
No,
is it?
you can go to a fancy dress ball, to Mardi Gras, any of those times you can. And also, some people like to do masks and use them as household decor, put them in a frame.
Absolutely. I've seen some of the beautiful ones that you've shown other times, Sallie, with feathers and plumes.
Oh, you can get very elaborate. And if you're going to get that elaborate, you can put, if it's going to be a very, very heavy one with a lot of heavy, heavy trim, take a baseball cap and cut the bill off and literally build the mask on the cap.
So that you actually have
Yes.
that setting up on top.
If it's going to be heavy and needs a lot. But here we're just showing nice. But you see how quickly, see how that is already set up?
Yes, I can. Now, you're not feeling any discomfort at all, are you, Joyce?
No, it's just fine. It feels a little tight as it starts to set, but it's not
So you
bad.
can have a facial mask at the
Yes.
same time?
Yes, we can do a facial as we're doing the mask. Back across here. And I really, at this time, am not going to enclose the eye area anymore.
Okay.
We're going to leave that, and then when it comes off the face, you can go back, you can cut out and go back and refine that area.
Well, while she's doing that, let's take a look down here at the table, and you can see some of the stages in actually making a mask. She's doing a full mask right now. These are done down through the nose. And this is, did you say 2 layers, Sallie?
Yes,
here?
that is 2 layers.
And then as we move on, you'll see that a couple of more layers have been added to this one. And here, we've gone all the way down and made the full mask the way that we're doing with Joyce
Made the
today.
full mask, and you can see there we've closed in the eye and mouth area. We've refined it so it's not rough looking. And the last mask has the eyebrows and the mustache are actually just scrunched up rigid wrap. So you can use it for detail also.
Let's talk a little bit about finishing it when the mask is completely done. Do you need to put a lacquer coating or some kind of a finish on either the inside or the outside, Sallie?
You could put an acrylic coating if you choose. On the inside, especially if you're going to wear the mask, we suggest you're lining it.
Okay.
You can line it with felt or a piece of velour, and if you want to wear it, then put ribbon ties.
That's an absolutely beautiful mask right there. I'd love to wear something like that. I'd love to go to Mardi Gras.
Yes, let's all go to New Orleans.
Well, we need to finish making the mask here that we're doing with Joyce, but if you'd like to try mask making, please look for rigid wrap at your local stores. You'll love working with it, and you'll really enjoy making facial masks. Look for all of the Activa products featured on this tape at your local craft store or at any of these fine stores.